Hello, everybody. My name is TRG. I'm a guy that plays games while being lame, and something bad happened. Calamity, the mod for Terraria, is dead. It is unfortunately, or at least in deadlock right now. Hopefully, this can be fixed, as I would like to actually take over if I could, and if people would like to support me, I would actually want to take over the mod, at least by being the director, not a programmer or anything, so that it can be saved. So I want people to save Calamity, but unfortunately, something happened. And if we go over here and we go and look over here, we have, hey everybody, we've been having a lot of internal discussion, and after much debate, we come to announce a very difficult decision. We will unfortunately be ceasing all development of Calamity. There's a few reasons we've decided to do this, but there's one simple reason that stands far above the rest. We're sure most of you are aware of the troubled past of Calamity's development. At this point, many of us felt personally betrayed time and time again after being promised something better and never ending upcoming. That never ended up coming. We are just tired at this point, and almost all passion we had for the mod has been soured. With many of us having chosen to leave as a consequence, most of us simply want to simply move on, and will be far happier working on our own projects that aren't and won't be tied to something that we feel irrecoverably tainted, that we feel is an irrecoverably tainted situation. Some of you also probably are aware we've received several requests for asset removals and wondered what will happen about that if there will be no further development. It sucks that, but the answer is the lack of anybody to work on the mod, combined with the staggering amount of these we've received, it makes removing and replacing every single one functionally impossible. Ceasing function is frankly the closest thing we can do, fulfilling everybody's requests. Absolutely do not harass anybody who has requested their assets to be removed from the game. This is only a small part of the issues we're facing, and it's not the fault of a single one of them that this is happening. All of them have valid reasons to want this, and we wish we could reasonably take the time to follow through with these requests before throwing the towel. In terms of where things will go past this, due to the legal concerns, no re-uploads or forks of Calamity can be made or uploaded for the sake of clarity. This means such things as fables, add-ons, and such are fine. Past that, though, we don't really know a lot of what happens next depends on Ozatron being present to potentially hand things over and sort things out, such as bounties up for work for the mod yet to be paid, and his sole ownership over Calamity mod GitHub. As of now, he's not responded to anything in the development server recently, and we're hoping to get back in contact soon to resolve all this. However, given the current state of things, we don't know if he'll even bother. However, there is one thing that is certain: despite all this, all of us developers are incredibly thankful for your overwhelming amount of support over the past decade. It's mind-boggling how big Calamity and its community has become over the years, and so many of us have loved working on it, even up until these final days. In spite of everything, this journey has been long, bumpy, rough, and chaotic. Yet it's still been wonderful despite that. Working on this, so many of us have learned to accomplish things we never thought we would be able to, and no matter how painful it is to never see our dreams fully finished, the things we've learned that we can do to be able to see the rest of our dreams may come to fruition someday is something that can never be taken away. So, to all of you who have been with us, new or old players, those who are only into Calamity casually, and for those who have been a defining part of their lives, thank you for helping make our dreams come true. Now, that's the first part. Now, this was at 12:38 a.m. Later on, we find out that there may have been another reason, as Ozatron has solid evidence of their actions endangering minors on Discords uh, shared with the community. They are being removed from the development team and this community. That was shared yesterday. But yesterday, which was August 9th, at 3:50 p.m., Ozatron had evidence that they were with minors. I I don't like that, and I think that it's bad, obviously, and it's sad to see, because it's like I believed in the team, I believed in the new stuff, and then it's just the same thing over and over again. This is why I want people to listen to me and say like, "Hey, I want me or somebody else to get the rights to the mod, so there can be a new staff, a new thing, something else, so that we can have something more." I'm very passionate about Calamity, and I'm very passionate about like it being a good mod, and I'm very passionate about like keeping things in check. Post edit here from the future. One thing to say is that we don't know whether or not that will come to fruition, but if it is, I just want things to grow. I just want things to be there, and it's really sad to see something that's part of my childhood just completely go in the wind and be like, yeah, we're never gonna get that, all that work, all that effort, all that time that I loved playing it, looking forward to the next update's just gone. I would want to take the helm. I will say this very apparent. I'm not a programmer. I'm not an artist. I know some things about like game design, how to like interact with the players, how to delegate tasks, things like that. And that's pretty much all I can do, as I would just want to be a director and basically make sure that everything is there, and then let other people do what they need to do and say like, "Hey, I think that the rework for this weapon needs to be done first," and so on and so forth. if you do not think that I'm the person, I would say, hey, give it to somebody else that wants it as well. But I want there to be like a handing over or something else so that this can continue. But let's read a little bit more of what this is, just so that things can be addressed. The mod will not like be removed unless Ozzytron will not be the one deciding that. There has been plans for transference of ownership announced. I would love for the ownership to be passed off to somebody else. Like maybe they can get a new team, or maybe it's like somebody from the community or somebody else. But I would want there to be something so that it can continue. Why has he not been removed yet? He owns it. He owns the Ezephyr LLC, which owns the Calamity mod until this is resolved. The remaining developers and server staff, so and communications, he is not banned yet. However, he had his only roles or permissions related to facilitating this process removed, and has also been removed from viewing any public channels. Um, as soon as this process is completed, he will be banned. Is DM Dakuro removing his music? Maybe, maybe not. That's one thing. As a final reminder, please do not harass anybody uninvolved, or members of the staff, or anybody. They also say go support all their mods. They have Fargo's mod, there's Marigold, there's Wrath of the Gods, All Beginnings, Everywhere, Vanillamity, Calamity GF Beats, Hadoplegia, Endless Escaped, Escapate, uh, Calamity mod, and then they also say like, hey, they also say it once again. What about the server? Server rules still apply, and doxing is illegal and will result in an immediate ban. Do not make jokes or actually attempt to dox anybody. It is a really big shock because it is one of the saddest things for this mod that has been here, I believe, over it's a decade at this point, right? Yeah, it was a decade. Oh my god, I feel old, but it really is sad to see that the mod is basically just having a stop, and nothing though, and nothing else. Obviously, there's transference of ownership, but we don't know who it's gonna be. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know whether or not they would theoretically allow somebody like me to step in and say like, hey, I would like ownership of the mod, or it's just going to be held within the development team and locked and nobody else can have it, or that somebody else may be passionate enough. And it's just really sad to see it go. Like I said, I would love to be part of the development team, and I would make time for it. um, I know that there's people in the community that would make time for it, that would love to go and add on. There's people that make add-ons just for free. They did that with their own volition. They don't have Patreons, but they'll do it anyways. So I know there's a lot of people that are willing to pick up the mod. I hope that this is only temporary, and the community that loves it can come together to save it. But until then, this is the end of Calamity. I don't know what to say. It's gonna be that. No more. Anyway, this is more of a depressing video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope that this thing can be resolved, and I hope that they get their money, and I hope that everybody has a good time. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.